Welcome back to the People Decide on BMTV. We continue our election analysis as Zambia waits for the Electoral Commission of Zambia to complete the announcement of the general election results. Now, I'm Tamani Nkata coming to you live as we follow what is becoming an increasingly decisive presidential race, while at parliamentary and local government level, results continue to come in from across the country. So if you missed it earlier tonight, we recap on the results, and there is a very important number to keep in mind. 192 out of 226 constituencies have now been reported presidential results. That leaves 34 constituencies still outstanding. And with those 34 constituencies remaining, the race has opened up a substantial lead for the incumbent president, Hakainde Hichilema. According to the latest figures announced by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema now stands at 2,430,702 votes, while his closest rival, Brian Mundubile, now sits at 1,461,457 votes. That gives President Hichilema a current lead of 969,245 votes. So, with 192 of the 226 constituencies announced, Hichilema has established a sizable advantage over his closest challenger, Brian Mundubile. The important point tonight, however, is that the election is not formally over until the Electoral Commission completes the process and makes the official declaration. The ECZ has indicated that it will return to announce more results as they are received and verified. We continue to wait. But tonight our language remains precise. Hichilema is leading. The final result remains subject to the completion of the ECZ process. The broader international reporting is also reflecting the size of the current lead, with Reuters reporting Hichilema at around 62% and Mundubile around 36%, with approximately 71% of the constituencies reporting. Now, what does that mean? This is where we move from simply reading numbers to analyzing what they actually do mean. A lead of almost 1 million votes with only 34 constituencies remaining is quite significant. The question now becomes, can the remaining constituencies mathematically and politically alter the trajectory of this election? And that is something we will continue watching closely as we await the other results. Remember, Zambia's presidential election requires a candidate to secure more than 50% of the valid votes to win the first round. So the key issue tonight is not simply who is ahead, it is whether the final tally confirms the leading candidate has the constitutional threshold. Meanwhile, as that happens, we've got some news from some of the candidates that did contest these elections, particularly Danny Pule. He's conceded defeat while the presidential tally continues. We're also seeing individual candidates to acknowledge the direction of the election. The Christian Democratic Party leader has conceded defeat. He says he has accepted that Zambians have not voted for him as president in the 2026 general election. He says that despite believing he had ideas capable of transforming the country, he will now reflect on the outcome, move on, and remain a law-abiding citizen. But there is important clarification from Dr. Pule. He says he did not ask the Electoral Commission of Zambia to stop announcing his votes. He says he has no capacity to make such a request because the responsibility for announcing election results entirely lies with the Commission. At the time of his statement, Pule had received 893 votes from the 161 constituencies. He has also appealed to Zambians to continue praying for peace and stability as the remaining results are being announced, and perhaps becomes one of the most important messages of this election. The counting may be competitive, but the country must remain peaceful regardless of the outcome. Also, Anthony Akim Njovu has also congratulated the current president. All right. We are seeing congratulations coming from him emerging from his camp, the Democratic Union. All right, so the president of that party, Akim Anthony Njovu, has congratulated President Hakainde Hichilema on what he describes as a victory in the first round of the 2026 general elections. Mr. Njovu says the victory is victory for every patriotic Zambian. He has wished President Hichilema well as he begins his second term and expressed hope that the president will unite the country as a leader to, or rather a father to all Zambians. This is another indication that as the presidential picture becomes clearer, political attention is already beginning to shift towards what happens after the elections. Now, not only are we getting results from the presidential election, but also the parliamentary results across the country. Parliamentary results are also coming in, and there's some very interesting developments. The 2026 electoral framework provides for 226 constituency-based members of parliament, alongside proportional representation seats introduced under the recent constitutional changes. And tonight, well, several of those deserve attention. We start with Matero, all right, where UPND's Alexander Mumba Sakala has been officially declared Member of Parliament after polling 24,129 votes. His closest challenger, Resolute Party candidate Patrick Salubusa, polled in 18,614 votes, but this was not a straightforward declaration. The Matero tallying process became tense after Salubusa initially appeared to be leading. Now, counting was subsequently suspended amid confusion and social media claims, including an alleged post attributed to Sakala suggesting that he had conceded. The Electoral Commission later resumed the process and confirmed Sakala as the winner. Salubusa's camp has questioned aspects of the tallying process, and that makes Matero an important constituency to watch, not simply because of who won, but because of the questions surrounding the process. Over now to Kabwe Central, where UPND's Chrysosta Piri has been declared Member of Parliament. Piri polled in 14,474 votes. Her closest rival, NRPUP's Patrick Chishala, received 13,749 votes. That is the difference of only 725 votes. Returning officer Sylvester Muvita announced their result. Citizens First candidate Dorothy Yaluma polled 465, while independent candidate Julufia Walia scored 242 votes. Over in Munali, Thomas Sipalo goes to Parliament in, well, one of the notable results that is coming from Lusaka. The UPND's Thomas Sipalo, popularly known as Difficult, has been elected the Member of Parliament. Mr. Sipalo polled 27,242 votes. The Resolute Party candidate Crispin Chinda followed with 20,988. Now, independent candidate Chibambalanga Sembe received 8,408, while Obi Chomba scored 3,586. The constituency recorded 68,889 votes cast with 1,665 rejected ballots. And this result is particularly interesting because Sipalo previously did contest Munali as an independent candidate in 2001, receiving 27,700 votes, but he lost to UPND's Mike Mposha. Now, 5 years later, Sipalo goes to Parliament, this time under the UPND. In Wacha South constituency, UPND candidate Sydney Mushanga has been declared duly elected Member of Parliament. Another seat goes to the governing party. And also in Nkana, over in the Copper Belt, NRPUP's Alexander Chitemene has declared, or rather been declared, the winner. Chitemene polled 19,344 votes. The UPND's Francis Mukoka received 9,359 votes. The returning officer recorded 31,830 votes cast with 585 rejected votes. This is one of the results that shows that the parliamentary contest is producing a much more diverse picture than the presidential race. Over in Wacha, Bwanamkubwa, UPND's Warren Mwambazi has retained the seat, but look at that margin. Mwambazi received 9,950 votes, and Resolute Party's Sam Chiti was behind with 9,833 votes. That is a difference of only 117 votes, a very, very close parliamentary race. Now, the constituency recorded 31,468 votes cast with 702 rejected ballots. Over to Mufulira now, where UPND's Bayete K. Elijah has been declared elected. He poured 6,185 votes, while the NRPUP's Gordon Wheeler received 5,232 votes. The constituency recorded 24,012 votes cast, with 621 rejected. Over in Chingola Central, NRPUP has secured another notable parliamentary victory. Michelle Piri has been declared elected member of parliament after polling 21,948 votes. Another indication that while the presidential contest may be pointing strongly in one direction, the parliamentary map is telling a more complicated story. In Choma Central, that is, UPND's Cornelius Muitua has retained the parliamentary seat. Mr. Muitua polled in 18,495 votes. Independent candidate Baker Chakwana received 14,803 votes. Rodwell Nzolo polled 349 votes. Returning officer Rebecca Kalumba declared Muitua the duly elected member of parliament. So let's put the parliamentary results we have tonight in perspective and summary. So Mateo has Alexander Mumbasakala of the UPND. Kabwe Central has Crisosta Piri of the UPND as well. Munali has Thomas Supalo, who is also of the UPND. Wacha South has Sydney Mushanga, also from the UPND. Nkana has Alexander Chitemene from the NRPUP, while Bwana Mkubwa has Warren Mwambazi from the ruling party, United Party for National Development. Over in Mufulira, the UPND scoops that one as well, with 6,185 votes, while Chingola Central goes to Michelle Piri of the NRPUP. Choma Central has Cornelius Muitua from the UPND, and perhaps the key observation is the presidential vote and the parliamentary vote do not necessarily read as identical contests. Voters can and clearly have made different choices at different levels. The bigger question tonight is, well, as we sit here with 34 presidential constituencies still outstanding, what are we really watching? What are we watching? The three things will be, for number one, the completion of the presidential count. And number two, whether the current lead translates into a first round presidential victory once all the 226 constituencies are accounted for. And three, what are the emerging parliamentary and local government results telling us about the political landscape that Zambia is waking up tomorrow? All right. And there is another issue that we certainly can't ignore: confidence in the electoral process. Where there are disputes such as what we've seen in Matero, the institutions involved will need to provide clarity as well as transparency. At the same time, candidates and their supporters have a responsibility to use the available legal and electoral mechanisms to challenge results where they believe they are legitimate grounds. And finally, tonight, perhaps more than anything else, we need to repeat the message coming from several quarters around the country. Zambia must remain peaceful. The votes are being counted. The results are being verified. The Electoral Commission is continuing with the announcement process. And whatever the final numbers show, the country will still have to move forward together. That brings us to the end of this edition of The People Decide tonight. We have followed the presidential race where 192 of Zambia's 226 constituencies have been reported, with Hakainde Hichilema on 2,430,702 votes and Brian Mundubile on 1,461,457, a current difference of 969,245 votes. But 34 constituencies still remain. At parliamentary level, we've seen victories, we've seen comebacks, incredibly close races and contested tallying processes. As the Electoral Commission of Zambia returns with more results that we wait for, The People Decide We'll continue to follow every development. I'm Tumwani Nkata. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying calm. And thank you, above all, for keeping it on BMTV.
So starting from accreditation, there was a back and forth in terms of coming. Maybe you've forgotten something that you need to do, you go back, you come. Yeah, so it was kind of a bit tough for just want to get an accreditation from here. And for the election, the observation that I've noticed, the numbers comparing the people that registered for the voters and the valid voters, it's not adding up. It shows that only few people that voted, which is to my side, it's not a good thing. And I've also noticed the high number of rejected voters.
Yeah,
it's more like a question mark to the ECZ, to the reasons why there are a lot of rejected voters. Maybe it could be they did not do a lot of sensitization to sensitize on how to do the votes, or maybe it could be people did not understand the ballot paper. I don't know. It's just my observation. That's all I can say.
Okay, great. Are you telling us you're going to follow up that story?
Sure.
Okay.
I will.
Awesome. And also, with what you said, are you saying the 2021 general elections had more voters unlike this time around?
On that one, I'm not so sure, but I will definitely go back and check because I can assess those things so that I can compare and yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking to us.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Could you please tell us your names and which media house you're coming from?
My name is Joseph Kaputola. I am from Phoenix FM.
Awesome. How long have you been here? Have you been here the entire time?
No, not the entire time. I came here, I think, about an hour ago. I came for the 19 hours update.
Awesome.
So yeah, I've been waiting since then.
Have you been spending
Everything ends this night. They announced the president tonight. That's what I would watch.
Great. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
All right, thanks.
Okay, great. Okay, Jack, this is going to be hard. Like, how am I just... Hi. So we're ambushing journalists and you have no choice. You're not running away.
What are we talking about?
So we're just having, a conversation around what you feel has been like with regards to, the elections from the time you've been here. How are you feeling? What have you experienced? What are your expectations? Just generally, whatever it is that you've observed here. You can start by telling us your full names.
My name is Martin Mbangweta. My observation or my impression? My impression is everything seems to be organized well so far. The only challenge is on time. I think ECZ may be having a challenge with keeping time. Maybe it's because they've set a target of 17th, where they have to ensure that everything is announced by then. So they are trying to work around the clock to beat that time. But I'm sure they will improve on that.
You look tired. How long have you been here? Have you been sleeping here?
Almost.
Yeah.
I've been leaving this place quite late.
Yeah.
Like mostly past midnight, and I have to be up by 7. I'm spending the whole day here. I'm actually not complaining.
Okay.
I'm enjoying.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for speaking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
This is an ambush. Okay, it's an ambush on journalists.
Okay.
So we just want you to tell us what you have experienced so far with, covering the elections. How are you feeling? How's been the mood? How's been, the accreditation process, or just your impression of the entire elections from the time you've been here?
Yeah, the atmosphere has been okay. We have been handled very well, even though maybe the only part that I can complain about is where they are not allowing to ask questions. Yes, in the earlier session we were allowed to ask questions, but later on we have noticed that the last session we had, there was no question. Yeah, so that on its own, we seem not to move with us very well.
Okay, and with the time when they say we're starting at 19, starts 2 hours later?
Yeah, also the timing is an issue here. It's good if they give us on time. They tell us that they'll come at such a time, because we're also planning. We're not just sitting here and waiting for them. We need also to plan. We need to touch different points and see what we can do. But in terms of planning, it's very difficult for us, because they are giving us times that they are not even ready to come and announce elections. Like this time, we are waiting, it's over an hour now. We don't know what time they will be in. So I'm just on standby and I'm running. I don't know what time it will come.
From 1 to 10, how tired are you?
1 to 10.
Is it 100? 1,000?
1,000.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm looking forward to finish up this thing so that we can go and have some time to ourselves. Yes.
Okay,
Not done half of the constituency, so just that anxiety. But secondly, I think if ECZ could keep time, you can see generally some of them have been sleeping here for days. They are tired, and so when you are tired, it's difficult to actually function.
To take action. Like Action 8.
Yeah, and but also we've noticed that the morale from most of the stakeholders that are here is quite low.
Yeah.
We don't know why. Maybe it's because of the same long waiting. Yeah, and so we would really urge, probably just ask ECZ to keep to time. We know this is a very difficult process. They have to verify, but I think a bit of information on what is causing the changes and the delays in the timelines. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hello. This is an ambush. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Could you tell us your names and where you're from?
My name is Rita Chilando from Central Voice Television.
Awesome. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Your names?
I'm Violet Munzia.
Okay, great. Violet, we just want you to give us an impression of what's been happening here. Anything, really?
No, it's just everything is okay for me.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. And you?
I think what I can say is what we're looking at is so far we're seeing President Hichilema leading, and I think he's leading with over 200,000 votes, and Bram Ndiliye is running behind him, and of course there are other people that have some votes, like four votes in one constituency. And of course, today there hasn't been much tensions apart from one complaint that came from NRPUP representative Kasonde Mwenda, who just spoke about the Kembe situation. ECZ mistakenly announced Kembe twice.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, even though we just ambushed you, which is good. I know she was running away, but I mean, we caught her.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. These are journalists, and like we have been ambushing everybody else, they have no choice but to speak to us. So tell us your names and where you're from.
My name is Jessica Lambo from KBN TV.
Generally, just asking about your view about the elections, your impression. How has it been like you being here? Anything. It doesn't have to be complicated. If you're tired, you can say I'm tired. It's anything. It's nothing to think hard about.
So for me, I feel like the election process is literally progressing at this pace, because before it was bringing a lot of anxiety apart from just being tired.
Are you from again, and your name?
My name is Dennis from Kutika TV Africa.
Awesome, thank you so much. Is that Zambian station or international?
It's Zambian.
Zambian. Said
sure.
Kutika.
Kutika TV.
What does it mean?
Kutika.
What is Kutika?
I would say be fulfilled.
Kukuta?
Yeah.
More like Kukuta? Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Follow me. Oji? Mune bwanji? Bwin. So tishta ambush ma journalist. Whether wafuna, si wafuna, aliwanse chari mu production, musikenzizo mzambati ni production, what, it doesn't matter. So long you're covering this event. How has it been from the time that you've been here? You could tell us your names and where you're from.
Ezekiel Mengo from KBN TV.
How's it going?
Yeah, so far so good. No vile sana.
Mwalimu ka? Nani nalima?
Kila kusema. Adabu yangu chinja. Otherwise so far so good.
Awesome. Hi, Miss Charity.
Hi.
Hi. I saw you you facing the other way made me want to talk to you. How are you?
You had intentions of coming.
Yes.
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. We're just asking people how they feel, but just their impression with regards to what's been happening here. How long have you been here? How's the mood? How's it going for you?
I've been switching from here to the station and back and the likes. Yeah, it's been I don't even know how to say it, but it's about dreaming and hoping that time will be kept. They show up as and when they feel like the prophecy of Jesus will come without warning is what is happening, because you plan to say, they say that 19 hours, so you drop whatever you're doing, you rush here, 19 hours, 20 hours, nothing is happening. So at their own time is when they show up.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for speaking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Which direction are we going to? Just here. Come. Hello. How are you doing? No, I'm not passing anywhere. I'm standing right next to you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we are talking to journalists and just asking what your impression is like with regards to the elections from the time you've been here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, observations really. So you can tell us your full names and which media house you're from?
Well, my name is Goodson Banda from Astro TV. And I think from inception of this election here at the National Results Center, the overall picture of the atmosphere it's been calm. Yeah, and as compared to maybe previous elections and the experiences we've had when we covered these elections, this time around it's unprecedented how the environment, the atmosphere has been very calm, and I'm sure that's also owing to the fact that the security is different this time around. It's quite tight. I know we've had people from the army before, but when you walk in, I'm sure when you're trying to drive in at Mulungushi, you've seen how the men and women in uniform from the army, from the Zambia police, are out there at Great East Road. So it tells you something. The peace, even in the streets, as compared to previously, it's quite different. So it's unprecedented, and we wish this could be the trend going forward. I know there are all those, anxiety.
Yeah.
People want results, and sometimes when ECZ announces, okay, we'll be having an update at 9, at 19, it's not happening as expected, as announced. But obviously, it's also because of other administrative issues, and it's an election. It's quite a big thing, but all eyes are on ECZ. The Zambians, the millions of Zambians, ECZ is carrying them on the shoulders, and everyone wants to know who is going through.
Yeah.
So that's what really characterizes this particular election this year.
Okay, so you mentioned something to do with security. Some people have mentioned to say that tight security is kind of like intimidation for the people. What is your view on that?
If it is intimidation, then it is intimidation for the good. Positive intimidation, if I may put it, because by now we should have seen cadres around Mulungushi, probably even on the premises of Mulungushi International Conference Center, but that's not the case. The calm, the peace, the security that we are having here, the security, the atmosphere, the calmness, is all because of the very security. So we take for granted some of these things.
Yeah.
But if peradventure they loosened up, you would see what would happen.
Yeah.
Cadres and what they are capable of doing.
Yeah.
And it's an election. Everyone wants their presidential candidate or any parliamentary mayor to be the one to go through, regardless.
Yeah.
So people are, and there've been violence over the past years. People are able to even kill.
Yeah.
We don't want that. That's not the Zambia that we want. I would love this to be the trend. Honestly, if it is intimidation, then it's a positive one.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Okay. Hi there. There is no running away from me. How are you doing? How are you doing? I can't hear you.
I'm okay, how are you?
Awesome, I'm good. You could tell us your names and which media house you're from.
I'm Mapalompuka from Pentagon TV.
Is the sound able to pick there? It's not picking, right?
Hi, I'm Mapalompuka from Pentagon TV.
Okay, your impression of the entire election process from the time that you've been here?
Well, from the time that I've been here, it has been okay. Yes, the elections have been going on so well. We've experienced peace, at least for the first time. We've not had the intimidation from the cadres. You know how it is. It has been for the past few years.
Yeah.
We've had elections in Zambia, but this time around, it's something different. Yeah, it's quite impressive.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Hi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I hope you don't want to run away. Why are you moving? Okay. Yes, hi.
Hi.
Tell us your name and which media house you're from.
Okay, my name is Tawo Virginia. I'm from Sona, from Pentagon Television.
Okay, your impression of the entire election process could be from the time we're doing accreditation, from the time we've been going into, the polling stations here. Yeah.
Okay, I think for me, it has been great. So far, so good, and we just remain maybe with a day before the Electoral Commission of Zambia announces the winner of these elections, especially on presidential. Remember, they had said that they will actually do an announcement on the 17th, which is tomorrow. Yeah, so we're so expectant. So far, so good. The atmosphere here at Mulungushi Conference Center, at the National Election Results Center, it's very peaceful. Though the first day, there were, some political players wanted to start acting funny, but with the security that we're having here, with the men in uniform, they're really doing a good job. You can't misbehave, they will actually put you in your place.
Yeah,
I think if you ask me, I think this is the first election for me where we are having no much drama.
Yeah,
especially here at the Tutuling Center, and they are civilized people, I think. Like, just to simplify it, they are civilized people in this auditorium.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Muli butibasa.
Kawotu namamba.
Kawotu. Jitonga jangu jagola.
Okay.
Yeah, I will learn. I will learn eventually.
You should learn.
So tell us your full names and which media house you represent.
Kawangu Clara.
from implementers team.
Okay, and your impression of what's been going on with regards to the election from the time that people started voting, announcements. What's your impression?
Okay, so far so good. Things have been moving smoothly according to how things are supposed to be. It's only that after when one of the opposition presidential candidate had to declare himself as the winner, that's where now the confusion and problems started coming up, as in, youths, some of them started to go out in the streets, in town, wanting to cause confusion because one of their leader whom they think has won because of that declaration. So they had to take an advantage to say, it's us now, we are coming back, as in they wanted to start getting in the bus stations to have their portions. Me, this is my portion, and they like just like that. But so far so good. Things are going fine here. There are no confusion. I cannot say that there are confusion here at the National Totaling Center. It's peaceful. People are not violent, and we just have to appreciate the ECZ because they have made it clear to say those who will cause confusion, men in uniform, there were pounds of them, and we could see there is a lot of security starting from the entrance until into the main auditorium. They're everywhere. When you want to enter into this place, starting from the entrance there, they will see your ID, of which these IDs, they said these IDs that are here, that we are having, there is a category. If it is not written as a totaling center, you are not supposed to be here. Then, if it's written, it's filled, then you'll be chased out, meaning it shows that there is order here. They have the way they have done it themselves, it's in a systematic way whereby you, even if somebody comes from somewhere to come and cause confusion, you don't know where you start from. You just back off, but otherwise we just waiting for the other bunch of results to come in, of which we feel maybe by tomorrow we might be done. And then we maybe tomorrow, the same tomorrow, we may have even the win. But things are going smoothly according to me.
Tarumba maningi basa.
Thank you, Tarumba.
Okay. Tarumba.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. The latest set of results put a gap of about 961,000 votes, almost a million, between the closest competitor, who is Mr. Kobile, and President Hakainde Hichilema. The law allows the ECZ, where the gap cannot be closed with the remaining results, to announce and declare. At this stage, we can almost say that President Hakainde Hichilema has carried the day. So ours is one of euphoria. Of course, we are very happy that the people of Zambia have made their choice very clear. We don't take it for granted. We look at this as another opportunity for President Hichilema and his team to serve, and to serve for the interests of the good of the people of Zambia. At this point, I would want to urge all of us Zambians to get past the election fever very quickly. Excuse me, to get past the election fever very quickly, and to begin the work of growing our economy, so that those benefits that we can get as a people start to trickle down. And we must come together as Zambians in unity. Whatever differences have arisen during the course of the election must be buried, and we move ahead together in the interest of Mother Zambia. I say thank you to all the electors.
and they could begin to fight. But this time the shape changed because they planned that when a certain political party is campaigning from a certain place, they should not meet. That's the recommendation we are giving to ECZ, that you have done your job. We know when you are doing something, there are no people that, it's not everyone to say thank you. It's not everyone. But as a church, we are saying thank you because we have seen peace. We have seen peace and we want to embrace this peace. The elections, according to the bishops, with my fellow bishops here, they are free and fair. Transparency is too much, is there. And I want to issue this message to these political parties. When anybody wins, when a certain political party wins, your candidate, maybe the president wins, it's not a matter of fighting. Maybe you begin to fight the other opponent to say you have lost now, let us beat you. No. If it's UPND is going to win, to be announced the winner, please let us hold peace, because the president always speak about peace. We don't want to fight. Let even other countries admire that this Zambia indeed is a beacon of peace, because we are known to be a peaceful country. So let us not fight. If it's any political party that is going to win, whether it's Dan Kule is going to be announced a winner, we don't want his cadres or supporters to begin to beat other opponents. No, it shouldn't be like this, because we have already come out of Kadarism and we'll never go back into that world. Kadarism is condemned, whether it's from ruling or opposition. As bishops, we are saying no to Kadarism. We promote peace. Let peace continue. God bless you. God bless Zambia. And let people move freely. There is peace in the country. Those that are selling, let them open their shops and begin to sell, because there is peace. Nobody will threaten you. Nobody will fight you. God is with us. Over to the chairperson for Copperbelt Pastors Fellowship in a few minutes.
Good evening, media. I'm Bishop Amos Kanyakula, Vice Chairman for Copperbelt Ministers Consultative Forum. I want to recommend ECZ for the work well done. We have seen how they have been transparent from the beginning. They have worked very well. Always when there is an election, there are winners and losers. There will only be one person to win. So those who haven't made it, I want to speak to their conscience that this time is only one leader, and they should not take the law in their hands. They must tame their leaders, knowing that there will only be one person. Tonight, we are going to have a baby that will be born. You know, when a mother is in labor, you discover that there are a lot of pains that they go through. But immediately the baby is born, they forget the pain they went through. So tonight, the baby, either a boy or a baby boy or a girl, will be born tonight. There will be joy everywhere. So I want to speak to the nation that there must be peace. Peace in the nation. We have been known to be a beacon of peace in this continent. So we need to maintain that. Zambia is a Christian nation. Jesus is in control of Zambia. So as citizens, let's maintain peace. There is always a future. You may lose even 2-3 times. In the future, you'll still get that position. So tell your cadres just to maintain peace, and that we need to work as a team. And also to the one who is going to make it tonight, let's have the reconciliation. Bring these people back. You are the president for all. Bring them back and let's move together. I thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Remaining. Even if all results went to the other side, it cannot change it. So basically, there is a decision. As I always say, wise people, there is no winner or loser. There is no victor or vanquished. What has won is something. And therefore, let's all come together, put the election back behind us, look forward now to going back to our daily lives, to advance in the course of our country. Did you foresee this campaign? Of course. How? I think the President Hakainde has performed and deliver on the key deliverables, especially on the economy. In fact, he should have actually gotten more votes than what has come out. Because I think his first day has last year. If you look at the indicators, he has really performed so well. Coming from a difficulty. Within these 4 years, 11 months, he has really performed a miracle, I must say, on the economic front. And so for me, I expected us Zambians to give even a bigger vote. However, he has been beaten in the half of it. So, looking forward, the next 5 years is exciting under his presidency.
They say in sports like ball and nine. Do you see this changing?
No, I mean, if you are behind by 10 goals and there are only 2 minutes, even if it's extra time, you cannot catch up. Unless you just throw the ball inside like that, there's no one is playing. Yeah, so look at the gap now. The remaining, they can't go to one person. Even if they went to one person, if you calculate, I don't think those votes are about 800,000. Because at where we are now, President Hakainde Hichilema is leading by about 800,000. 900, okay, fine. So how many places are remaining? 34. Yeah, so I mean, in the 34 constituencies, they will still share, and therefore it is impossible to overtake them. So it's done and dusted. The last word is that democracy is working in Zambia. We have regular elections. It's good. Zambians are given an opportunity to assess their government in 5 years and to make a choice. And we must continue with this tradition as a country. What I'm appealing now is that the atmosphere of tension has come down. We are each other's keeper. We are one Zambia, one nation. Let us not just say one Zambia, one nation in the word. We must live in deed. And therefore, let's go back and embrace each other. There is no ruling party, there is no opposition. There is just one Zambia. That's why we sing that national anthem. Okay? That's why we say one Zambia, one nation. Because we are one people. This was merely a competition for leadership. It is now basically getting behind us. So let us be magnanimous, all of us. Both those that have been given an opportunity to reign on their affairs and those that are waiting in the tentacles. Their time might come. Democracy is a living thing, okay, in one way or the other. So let us be hopeful with both hands and develop this country for the betterment of all the Zambians.
Thank you very much.
Stand here on behalf of women in Zambia and the borders beyond. To be honest, we are so much glad and grateful for this proceeding that has taken place in peace, in harmony. And the message at large is to the politicians, because mostly the stakeholders, they think of themselves. They don't think of the citizens. So we are preaching to say, let the stakeholders be calm as a result to be announced, and actually let us remember that we have children, because all the consequences at most, if it's the youths, they are going to be used, and you are going to make us suffer as mothers. We have to come and bring food for you at the prisons, doing all those kind of things. Please remember us. We are here to change and put a narrative in a positive manner. We want the Zambia of peaceful transition of policy making. And as Women Connect, we are actually supporting the government because we've been there from the proceeding of policy making under Bill 7. So we are so glad to see that actually the government, there is continuity. And even I think people, we've seen they've been complaining of water apathy. Sometimes let us be realistic as Zambians. As Zambians, single mothers, I stand here as I'm saying for women. For women, they are not ready to change the government because the benefit is beyond the package. As a result, they don't want to have their security tempered. So as women, we are so glad that our security and every policy that we were actually promised, we are seeing it coming to pass. And anything that was in the pipeline, we are guaranteed that we shall receive it. Thank you.
Projected, and that I had indicated that it will be very, very difficult for any candidate to be president against Hichilema because he is popular, and 65% of the current voters on the voter register are youths. So if you have those figures correct, that 65% are youths, and you see a president who is very popular among young people, so it becomes quite very difficult to beat such a president or such a candidate. So this, we saw it coming, and we are not, I'm not very much surprised to see it because I knew that he commands a lot of respect from the young people, and they love him so much. Further to that, I think among the rural population, you realize that he has done quite a lot, and from what he has done to those in agriculture, to those who needed more CDF, to those who needed to improve their schools, to those who needed desks across this country, that he has done. So what we are seeing is a reflection of the hard work that he put in the past 5 years of his leadership. So going forward, I think we'll see that he will do even more better than what he has done in the past 5 years. He has always indicated that, look, we have done much, but more needs to be done. And I agree with him that more needs to be done going forward. So it's a question of what he achieved, what he has done, and what he continues to do. So it's not disputed that he's one of the best, if not the best president this country has ever produced.
Thank you.
Chief Executive Officer of the Zambia Reconstruction Organization. It's an NGO that has been in existence from 1994 and has been monitoring elections since 1995. We have been accredited by African Union in promotion and protection of human rights, and we have been given consultative status by UN. Many people have talked about this. You know, we have been monitoring the electoral process starting from the beginning up to today, and we are now going towards the end of the entire electoral process. But one thing I must emphasize here is that people should understand, people from various political parties should understand that leadership or service to the people is not about presidency. No. Leadership or service to the people is about providing a service. Now, if you have been elected as an MP, you are part of the governance system. Whether you are a councillor, you are a mayor, you are also part of the governance system. If you are in the opposition, you are still providing service to the people. So why should you fight? Why should we rise against somebody who has won the election and say, no, unless it was me to be there? No, then we are being unfair. Then we are not recognizing ourselves as leaders. So what I'm trying to say here is to tell people to understand that whichever level of leadership where you are, you should accept. Not everybody, even in football, not everybody can be a striker. Others work in defense, others work in side wings, and so on. You make a complete team. So the team that the Zambian people have made during these elections is the team that will go to parliament, and only one person will go to state house. So let us accept that whether we are in the opposition or we are in the ruling party, we are still part of the legislature, which is the parliament, and we are also going to take part into the implementation of the policies or formulating of policies that people are going to benefit from. You are going to provide checks and balances to the ruling party. You are also going to support your people and provide guidance on how they are supposed to participate in the implementation of policies. That's all. That's what is about leadership. So if we say no, unless it was me that won the election, then we are being very unfair to the people of Zambia. So that's all I think I can say for now.
One of the things which we need to do is to celebrate in peace those who lose these elections, who will not be declared winner. Let us accept the outcome which the Electoral Commission of Zambia will announce. So I'll give it to my colleagues to also to say something. I thank you.